What's up, everybody? You say you can't find them, but look, just found one. Yoshimura RS3 for the monkey. We're gonna install that today. Use you a 12 millimeter to get that seat off. You won't break your hand with the Allen wrench like some people do. And don't scratch your paint like some people.
There's no scratches on there.
On the internet, I seen someone do this and they fucked this all up. Made it beat their tank up.
You need to give this thing a bath. Yeah, that seemed like it came off way easier.
I'll put it in my back pocket so I don't lose it. And then give it a little hit. Off she goes. I'm gonna take this cover off. And I think there's a bolt, yeah, 2 bolts or 2 Allen's keys. You don't want to lose any of this, because if you ever want to go back,
get that container before the oil.
Okay, that's a good idea.
A lot of bikers out there today. One more.
Okay, that's a different key when I was doing this. I don't remember it banging into the shocks, but
Probably had a longer Allen out.
okay. I think that just pops off. Oh, it slides back. Okay.
Slides it back.
So yeah, it slides back on. And there's water here. Look at all that sand.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't got sand. Look at the sand. You have sand all over the place. Oh, you can hear it in there. So, if you do ride Cabo, stay off the Baja.
If you go to Baja, stay off the sand.
Yeah. Lost one. Okay. We reuse those.
Oh, warm?
It ain't cold.
It ain't cold. It's not the best.
It ain't the coldest pipe. Oh, and then there's this one here. These are all 12s.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, makes it easy. Yeah, she's coming down.
Okay, just like that.
Just like that. Is it too hot to handle?
I got gloves right there.
Okay. Now, let's start putting the pipe back on. There's only 2 for this.
Oh,
okay. So there's 2 bolts for this, here and here. And then this bolt holds your pipe on. Or is that? No, that ain't right. It's like that.
Yeah.
And that one sticks out and holds your bolts on. So let's get us some Loctite so we don't lose that bolt or the pipe on the side of the road. So we'll just put just a little dab. Oh, a little dab will do you.
A little dab will do you.
And just get it started. We'll put a little dab on this one. That's enough. It's on my finger. Let's get it off of me. And we'll put it in there. Those are 12s, as I recall. Get those on, kind of get them on there snug. You don't want your pipe rattling around when you're driving down the beach.
Never again on the beach.
Okay. Oh, what I like to do is leave the bag on, because that's titanium. If you put your fingers on there, them greasy ass fingers, you'll leave finger marks on that thing, and you'll never get them off. So I suggest doing it like I do. We're going to install this thing as much as we can in the bag. And on mine, I put a little, we're not using an O2 sensor off the pipe. Don't need it because the O2 sensor is actually right here on top of your block. I believe that's the O2 sensor.
Yeah.
So we're not using any kind of aftermarket air sensor or fuel trainer. So we're just gonna put a little dab of Loctite on that. Might not be needed. I put it on mine. And we're just gonna, doesn't have to be very tight, especially with the Loctite. It's not really gonna ever go anywhere. So just, maybe just finger tight like that. Get this up. That's right. Put paper. So that looks good. I'm gonna put the nuts on there, just finger tight. The ones that came with, just to hold her up there while we don't really want to do anything too tight until it's all pretty much mocked up here. So get those just to hold her up. Just enough to hold her up. And we'll go back and tighten those later. Kind of mock this thing up a little bit more and see if it's gonna line up correctly. Which, if we had our strap around there, looks pretty trick. And then it's gonna go to have a non-fucked up pipe. Okay, now there we go. Get it in there. Can you help me? Yeah, get it in there. You put the bolts on the back. I really should have a open end for that back one, but I think I can get her. Just get this. So let's get this. And I didn't put Loctite on these. I don't know that it's needed. I'm pretty sure it's not needed. And just leave that bag on there to do these evenly. Don't just crank one down. Do them both a little bit. Just a little bit at a time, and they'll start tightening up. You'll feel it. But you don't want to just do one. And you don't want to go ham on this either. This you just want barely, you know, it's going to get tight, and just give it a little tension. Maybe, I don't know, I'd guess 10 pounds, 15 pounds of torque. Just so it seats nice. You don't want to really bust those threaded bolts out of your head. That'd be a pain in the butt. Now, you can slip this down. This is a must. Okay, I did a lot of research online. This is a must. You must Loctite these two bolts, or two little Allen deals that hold your monkey plate on here. Otherwise it'll shake loose and you'll lose it, and you're not finding a replacement for that. You just aren't. Size 4 on them bolts there. And again, to reiterate, if you don't put Loctite on these, you are messing up. Loctite, and just pull it back just enough to get it started. Okay, pull it back, find the missing bolt. Try it here. I didn't lose it, I promise. Make sure you put Loctite on these. Probably the most important Loctite on the whole muffler are those two, because if you lose this little thing, it just doesn't have the look anymore, and you might burn your leg. So let's loosen that. You can kind of center these up a little. These are, see how they got little recesses? Try to get them centered there. 10-15 psi of torque, and with the Loctite they're not coming off. Got a little too much on that one, but oh well, we'll be able to tell them apart. Now cut this off of here. We haven't really touched the pipe too much. Boom. One last step, folks. This little bad boy. Now, you want to install these with the hooks down so you don't tear your pant leg and shorts and everything else. You know, you could do it that way. Make sure, install them down. They sent us a little tool that goes with it. So let's start by doing the tough parts, that little loop there. Let me get a hold of that hook. And Yoshi pipe installed. And you want your little tag hanging out so all the cute, cool kids will see it. Sounds good. Let her. And that's the Yoshimura RS3 pipe install. Don't forget to put your seat back on.